Council Bluffs Today on location, and we have made a trip back to Juanitos off of Creektop and Council Bluffs. Just another way to say thank you for everything that Juan did. And well, we're not recording right now if it's not for Juan. So.
Yeah, fitting that we come back here after the last couple of weeks you've had.
Yeah, it's been an interesting experience, and the outpouring support that I received was overwhelming.
I got to admit, I was out of town during a lot of that when it was happening. Yeah. So, but I was following it along, and I had neighbors texting me saying, "We're going to Juanitos," after you made the post and the video about everything that happened. And so here we are, and Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday, and he's got great street tacos.
Yeah,
and that's the direction we both went today.
Yep. I went with carnitas and steak tacos, and you went with the marinated pork.
Marinated pork. Yep. So
Juan came out and took our order, and
he's rapidly become one of my favorite guys. And not just for that, because it's like he was just being himself. Yeah. So that's who he is.
Yep.
And to know that we've got somebody in the community that
it would have been really easy for him just to just act like, just go along and not even,
Yeah, when he ended up with, trying to actually just help a guy out, thinking that he was, and that's why he was making the purchase of all of that equipment. And then as soon as he found out, and his son too, he's got a 15-year-old son that was very instrumental in all of it. He started looking up some of what the equipment was, and he said, "Wait a minute, Dad, this is not some knockoff stuff," because that's what they thought. They thought it was just knockoff cameras, and
Well, and in today's age too, right? I mean, you go on Amazon and there's a name brand, and then right below it there's something made in China that's over half the price, less than half the price. So it's tough to know what's real, what's not real in today's age. But
well, and the brand names that I have on these cameras, I mean, they're a Panasonic product.
You're correct.
It's not common.
It's not Canon or
when you add everything up, because I went through and.
Well, we're actually working on that too.
Right. And I added everything up that was taken at least $12,000. So, it was significant of what had happened. And he could have just cut his losses, but that's not what he did.
Yeah. No.
And I am forever grateful, not just for Juan, but for what it showed with everything.
Well, because you were pretty down. You were really down.
Yeah, I was.
You sent me. You just kind of sent me a message and said, "Hey, this has just happened. I don't know what's going to happen."
I don't know. I didn't know. I didn't know. And then it was less than 24 hours later. I realized, wait a minute. Yeah, you're going to take some shots and some knocks in life.
But and I remember too the first time my wife and I living in Council Bluffs, her car got broken into, and I'm sure you had that same feeling, just the violated feeling of, wow, how could something like that? One, how could somebody do that?
Right.
I mean, but then just the feeling of the helplessness, the just feeling violated, it just is not a fun feeling, and you mix in your business on top of it. That was just, it was your livelihood.
Something I don't think I've talked about publicly, and I probably should, is how great the building management company was through all of this, because listen, they were robbed too. The hard drive was taken out of their video surveillance system, and they weren't aware that had happened. So, and right away, they were saying from the very beginning, "Hey, I'm standing outside," and he said, "Can I buy you lunch today or something? You just look like you've been beat up." And I said, "No, just let me get a grip on everything that's going on." But less than 24 hours later, I realized that, you know what, you're going to take shots.
Yeah.
And it's going to happen. And I still don't know the full story behind everything that went down. I talked when I did that live that morning after it happened. I talked about how I was connecting dots. I'm still doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know anything for sure, so it would be completely inappropriate for me to talk about it publicly. But still, what's going to come from this? Is it just going to be a single arrest? Is there more involved with it? I don't know. And I do know that they're getting closer.
Yeah.
From what I hear, to
It sounds like, the Council Bluffs Police Department's really kind of done well. I mean, not that they wouldn't, but I mean, they're doing their due diligence on everything. And
well, and thank you much, crime scene. Those two young ladies, they were so gracious and forthcoming with information. Here's what we're doing here. Here's what we're doing here. And because the people that work in that industry and this is their job every day, they're either seeing people at their worst moments or they're dealing with bad people all day long. And these people were smiling when I was talking to them. So, I'm impressed when it comes to that kind of thing and what it is that they do. And we need people like that in those positions. So I'm incredibly grateful for the detectives and crime scene and the police officer that was first on the scene and just up and down and everybody involved. Yeah. Couldn't have been better.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the meantime, we get to come back and have some great tacos. Yeah.
Some people say these are the best tacos in town, and I mean it's hard to argue with them. So.
Yeah. So I would highly recommend them. And listen, obviously you can't eat at the same restaurant every time.
No.
And who would want to?
Yeah.
But I would recommend coming here and getting lunch. Tuesday's a great time to get lunch here and come here for dinner.
Yeah.
That's, and Juan's not a sponsor. He's not paying me to do that. I just truly believe in what it is that he does.
Well, maybe we talked about the first time we were here, maybe not, but I mean, it's a true success story, right? Starts out in a food truck on the corner of 16th and G. Now he's got his own brick and mortar, So, I mean, that's the type of businesses you can get behind.
Yeah, and he's just kind of every time I come in here, I more little touches. All the way around, and it's a great spot, and he's got great food.
It's fun. It's fun. It's festive. They got music playing. They got sports on. I think they're waiting for some soccer to probably World Cup to take off here. They got some FS1 and 2 up, so. Soccer will be on this afternoon when the World Cup's going on, and so a couple things I wanted to touch base on is we're shooting this on Tuesday before the NBA draft. First rounds tonight, second rounds Wednesday night. Hopefully, keep an eye out for Josh Dix. See if there's any chance he can get drafted. Maybe hopefully on Wednesday or picked up by an NBA team. Council Bluffs, native Josh played for Creighton last year, so I know he's been working out with some teams. So excited to see where he lands, if it's here or overseas. A professional career, hopefully coming for him. So
I would be surprised if he didn't get drafted.
Yeah,
I think that it's just his style.
Yeah.
I think matches. Yeah, we're ready. You bet.
Oh yeah.
Right. The red one is spicy. The green one is mild.
Okay, perfect. Oh, look at that.
Thank you. Mm-hmm.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Grateful.
Jack.
This is I love this place.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I don't know. This is the marinated pork is what I've got there. So
yep, I got let's see, 3 carnitas here and 2 steak.
perfect.
Carnitas is the way to go, in my opinion.
All right. I don't know how you are with it. I love a little lime on mine when they bring them out. Just kind of. I used to wonder, why do they put lime with that? And then after the first time I did it, I said, "Oh, now I get it." That's how that works.
You gonna go with any sauce? I'm a little green.
Yeah, so am I. Just a little bit of green sauce. As I don't know if you could hear him on the mic or not when Juan dropped these off. He said the green is more mild and the red's kind of spicy.
Yep.
So.
All right. Let's
All right. So.
we'll go with a steak one here to start.
Perfect. All right, we're diving into some marinated pork here. All right, are you ready, sir? Juanitos on a Taco Tuesday. Great choice.
Great shell.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's what I love about these little corn tortilla street tacos. You get just a little bit of a fry on them, just a little bit. They're still soft, but you can tell that they've hit the oil. Hot oil just a little bit. So
yeah, those are tasty.
yeah, just really, really good.
All right. Should we stuff our faces?
I think so. All right. So we'll break here. And when we come back, we will talk a little bit about more about Juanitos and maybe an insurance tip or two. Still on the
We
way.
got a few stuff we can talk
Yeah,
about.
you bet. All right. That's coming up right after this.
Are you looking for something to do close to home? Go Local Iowa brings Southwest Iowa events together in one place, from live music and fundraisers to festivals, family activities, and community celebrations. It's also a place to discover local businesses and support the people who keep our communities moving. Before you make your weekend plans, check golocaliowa.org. Go Local Iowa. Find what's happening right here at home. Council Bluffs Today is brought to you by Keith Jones, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Council Bluffs. Learn how he can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com for more. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
All right. Well, those tacos are gone.
Yeah. Well, was there any doubt that they would be?
Yeah.
Polished all of them off.
Yeah,
It is. I don't know. I think it's about my favorite Tuesday special.
I tell you, I forget about them, and then I eat a couple of those carnitas tacos, and it's just like, man, we should be on the rotation every Tuesday.
I
For
think so.
$5 or $10. Sorry,
$10 for 5 tacos.
$10 for
Yeah.
5 tacos. You can't really beat that.
No, not at all. And so, yeah, I just as I said when I made the post after I found out that I'd gotten everything back, I said, Juan has good food. I have no problem recommending him for lunch or dinner. Come on in. He's open every day at 11.
Yep.
And, I tend to stay away from the margaritas during lunch hour because I still have to work.
Yeah.
But
It'd be nice to have one. But yeah.
he has good margaritas here too. So
Yep.
that's the next time I'm over for dinner, we'll go that route.
My wife and I got the jumbo last time. I don't know if they got the glasses or not. I'll see him.
Yep.
But yeah, then he took care of us. Oh, a little extra in there. He said a little extra tequila. He said.
So, got any great insurance?
Well, I just thought it'd be worth circling back around to stuff we've talked about in the past, but with everything that kind of happened with the break-in and stuff, right? That's when you realize maybe you're underinsured or overinsured on stuff during the time of need, right? So again, I'm going to talk about those scheduled items in your home, sports equipment, fine jewelry, arts, drones, collector cars, anything collectible, equipment, camera equipment, right? All that stuff can be scheduled and should be scheduled specifically on your policy. Yeah, everything's good. Yeah, you can take them. Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you, sir.
Yep. So, yep.
Thank you. The water is fine. You
We're good.
We're good. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks. So, just documenting serial numbers and then having approximate values on all that stuff is valuable, very valuable. That right, like you said, if something happens and you can go to the cops and you can say, here's a list, or here's pictures of everything I have with a serial number included in that picture.
Right.
It makes everything a heck of a lot easier for everybody involved, your insurance company, your claims adjusters, and the authorities, right? So,
Right. Which I did not have was serial number.
don't.
I didn't have those. However, because most of what was taken was just purchased like less than 2 weeks before, I still had that list.
Yep.
So there was only just a few things that were taken that were not on that particular list that I just had in.
Power tools is kind of another one I run into with contractors, right? Their power tools, they don't ever think about it. Well, that's one of the first things to get jacked out of a truck is your power tools. So even if you just take your phone here, walk around your house, right, and just video everything in your house. Maybe if you have a TV, video it, get the serial and the make, model, and all that. Even just a video. Save it to a hard drive, and then if there's a house fire, right? We just dealt with a pretty interesting story on a house fire over the weekend. Where everything's a complete loss. You have in the cloud documentation of what's in your house.
Well,
And so by just shooting a video and sending it to the cloud.
we fall into that trap of, I won't even say far enough to say we think it won't ever happen to us. I don't even think we think about it.
No.
It's just, it wasn't on my radar.
No.
Not at all.
No.
So after the fact, doesn't really do me much good.
No.
So,
No.
that's why it's important to get all of that documented and get all of that information in, or make sure that it is covered.
Yeah.
And that's the point.
Yeah.
To have an insurance.
And you can find it's relatively inexpensive for the amount of stuff that you're covering. You know, I want to say jewelry. You know, if it's $1,000, let's say it's $10,000, it might be hundreds of dollars to insure. You know, for a $10,000 piece of jewelry, a couple $100 a year, and that's covered. But if it's lost, stolen, and, you know, even if you lose it, you know, it can be covered with certain policies. So, you know, reach out to me or reach out to an agent, your independent insurance agent, and have those discussions now.
Yeah.
Right? Have them this weekend. Have them this week.
Yeah.
Watch this video. You know, walk around your house and then call your insurance agent and say, is this stuff covered? If it is covered, how is it covered? And should I schedule it? You know, like I said, and it's going to be the stuff that's important to you. It's going to be your jewelry, your golf clubs, right? For men, those are important, right? Your bicycles, your drones, your toys, really. You know, your sports cars, your antique cars can be scheduled. And then that runs into frustration, though, that I get from a lot of homeowners and business owners is a lot of times they want appraisals within 2 years. Well, with your story, right, a lot of it you just bought.
Yeah.
So you have an accurate price. Some cars are tougher to get that figured out. Guns, people don't really like to get their guns appraised because then they feel there's Big Brother might know, you know, what he's got and how many guns him or her have, you know. So, but it's the right thing from an insurance standpoint. It's 100% the easiest way to protect your assets.
Yeah. You have insurance.
Yep.
Make sure that it's doing everything you need it to do.
Yep.
That's the idea.
Yep. And like a lot of times, right, like I said on that jewelry, you might have a 1% wind hail deductible or all peril deductible. Your deductible might be $5,000 on your house.
Right.
Well, if you schedule it, you can schedule it for as little as $0 deductible, $100 deductible. You can put whatever deductible you want on that stuff, so you're not facing a high deductible either. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff that I have those initial conversations with clients, and you just don't really close on a lot of them because of the bottleneck of getting appraisals and getting prices is really where it happens. So if you know anybody that does those kind of appraisals, we should bring them on board as a sponsor because I could recommend the heck out of them. So
There you go. I haven't met anybody, but if somebody's watching, you want to reach out, please let me know. I'll tell you what, Bryce, we're going to take one more break and we're going to be back. Please. The break you're about to see, we have sponsors on the show that believe in local media, believe in what it is that Bryce and I are here doing. So it's a short break. Stick around, please. I promise you, we'll be back in 1 minute.
is this like those hydration breaks that they take now in the World Cup? Or?
Sure. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. So we'll be right back after this.
Technology should work for you, not against you. At ThinkSpace IT, they provide expert IT solutions to keep your business running smoothly and securely. From cybersecurity and cloud services to network management and tech support, they simplify IT so you can focus on what matters most. Stay protected, stay connected, stay ahead. Visit ThinkSpaceIT.com. Service Master Restore by Schmader knows it can be hard to get things back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke, and that can oftentimes lead to mold, and you may be left with all sorts of questions about how to get your home or business back to normal. It's easy. You give Cindy Schmader a call with Service Master Restore by Schmader. Her phone number, 402-339-9911.
Well, we're going to wrap things up here from Juanitos in Council Bluffs today. Another great lunch. I
think now it's time to maybe put out another poll and see where the CB food lovers want us to go again. It's about
I think that's a good idea.
I think Garcia's was the last one.
Yes. Now, I do think that it would probably be smart of us to go through the list and
It's a big list.
from everywhere that we've already been, because we do get, listen, because these go back over a year.
I guarantee you, I'm going to put the list on there, even though people are still going to vote for
Probably.
vote
Yeah.
Fish.
Well, it's their favorite. Yeah. And yeah, we've been to MoFish. We've been to the Mile Away. We've been to Henry's. We've a couple of places in Underwood. We've been to Friends, and we've been to Garcia's.
La Carreta here a couple times.
Yeah.
Who else are we missing? Oh, the Porch.
And the Porch was great.
Yeah.
Yep,
The
Railway
Railway was last month.
That was great.
Yeah.
We got there in time for
I
breakfast.
tell you what, I haven't been back, but every time we talk about going somewhere, I bring it up as a list because that burger and those fries were really good. So,
Yeah, they are.
and your breakfast here was
Yeah, the
good.
breakfast was just really
And
good.
they still got that. This will, I assume, air still before the 3rd of July. So they got they still got the 100 block deal. I see
Yes.
advertisements for that going on too. So,
Yeah, that's a huge family event.
It's-
And what you're going to want to do is, I think it starts at 3.
Yeah.
And then it's going up through a drone show, and at 9:45, I think is when they're doing that. So, tons to do for
I
your
think
entire family.
I think if you're in town, I think it's the place to be on the 3rd for sure.
Well, and also, you probably have heard, we've talked about it on the show, that they worked out a deal with Jeff Coates at the Omni, and the parking garage is open.
Yeah.
So you can park there, because parking can be an issue downtown on the 100 block, and especially, like on bike night, you're just stacking bikes next to each other, and and that's what everybody came in on. But and still the parking lots will be full with cars. So parking's gonna be tough. But with the parking garage open at the Omni, that's gonna ease a lot of it.
When it just dumps you right out onto I guess whatever the highway is.
Yeah, that's Canesville.
Canesville, yeah. So
Which you'll have to go in and out of Canesville, because they're gonna have second. That's gonna be where all the kid zone stuff is at. So that will not be open for traffic.
Yeah.
So you want to go in and out of Canesville.
yeah, but it's easy in and out of there.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to have a networking meeting there, and it's really that Omni Center. It's just such a vital location of downtown that it needs to give us stuff to support it.
Yeah. I will say this: if you're going to be parking in the Omni, and you have a high-profile vehicle, probably not, because it's.
A normal size, regular F-150 pickup.
Yeah,
you're
I
fine.
had
anything lifted.
I used to get in and out of there with a Silverado, and it was fun.
Yeah.
But and with my current car, I can get it out of there just fine. But no, it's not a lot of extra space. So some of these, like the big F-250s, or some of these new Chevy trucks that I see that look like a front end of a
Well, those
semi.
people usually think they can park wherever they want anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
We better get out here before I say anything else that gets me in trouble.
All right, perfect. Hey, be sure to hit like, share, follow, or even subscribe on this, and more people can see all this great information. And don't forget, come have lunch or dinner at Juanitos on Creektop in Council Bluffs. Bryce, thanks for the time.
See you next time.
We thank
Todd.
you for watching. I'm Todd Studer, and we'll see you tomorrow.